All right, welcome everyone. Before we get started with this example, a couple things. There's going to be two assignments for this week. The first one is this worksheet, which I'm going to go through the first half with you in this video. And then I posted a Delta Math section over these. The first section in Delta Math is very similar to these, like going through it with your calculator, getting your equation, plugging something in. The second section is talking about those R values, so that's what I'll try and do like a do now tomorrow with some examples. So from that section. So, but if you wanted to get a head start, but both of these assignments are due Friday, so no rush. Maybe try and start it tonight if you can. Come up with some questions. Then you'll have a couple more days to get it done. But you want them by Friday. So I got my calculator set up here. I'll clear that. Sorry, I had that from my first attempt of making this video. So let's go through this question. So this says anthropologists use a linear model that relates femur length to height. This model allows an anthropologist to determine the height of an individual when only a partial skeleton, including the femur, is found. For this example, we find the model by analyzing the femur length and the height for the 10 males given in the table. So basically, there's a connection between the length of a femur and a skeleton and how tall someone was. So we're going to use this data to get a line of best fit, or it's called a regression equation, all mean the same thing. Basically, it's a model that would go through the scatter plot that you can use to make a prediction for different values that might not be an exact value in your list of data. So your regression equation, like I said, is going to be in the form y equals mx plus b. So the first thing, let's kind of go through this calculator process. So first thing, turn on your calculator. We're going to be going under the stat menu or the stat button. This is technically a statistics topic we're kind of doing right now. If you ever take a stats class, you'll probably be doing this at some point. So we'll see if you remember if you do go down that path. So press that stat button. It'll bring you to a screen like this. We actually want to do this first option here, edit. You'll press enter. And more than likely, I mean, if you did get through what we did in class, you probably already have data in your calculator from the problem we did. So to clear your data, you're going to go up and highlight the list title. Like this L1 means list 1. This L2 means list 2. This L3 means list 3. But we're going to use list 1 and list 2. So to clear it out, you just press the clear button and press the down arrow. So then same thing, highlight the L2, press clear, press the down button, it'll get rid of it. Don't press the delete button because you'll actually delete the list. If you accidentally do that, let me know. I can help you fix it. But try to make sure you use the clear button. So first thing we're going to do is enter in our data. So I'm going to put the femur lengths in list 1. Just be careful as you type this in, or if you're putting it in your buttons on your calculator. So let's make sure I don't do a stupid mistake. Oops. I got 38. Okay, then we'll do our y values. Just make sure you don't skip 1, 2, because that'll cause problems. 173.6, 164.8, 163.7, 168.3, 165.0. You really don't have to put 155.4. 155, and you should notice that these like table like our list should line up. Like I shouldn't have an extra number in list like list 1 or list 2. There should be the same amount of numbers in list 1 and list 2 because these are all points. Like you should have an X and a Y for each one of these like rows going across. Once you get your data in, you can press the second and mode button to kind of just get out of that screen. And to get our equation, we're going to go back under our stat menu. We're going to go under calculations, so kind of use like the arrow buttons, and we're interested in the linear regression option. That's technically a line of best fit linear regression model or linear regression equation, all kind of mean the same thing. But press enter, it'll kind of come on your main screen. You're going to press enter again. It's basically waiting for you to tell what list you want to do, but it automatically does list 1 is X, list 2 is Y. So unless you're doing like a bunch of different data sets, that shouldn't be something you need to worry about. And we've got what we want here. So my equation, I don't want a freehand because that's going to be a nightmare. Okay, text. So I'll try and type this in. So we're going to have y equals, And they're giving us like, we're going to plug in our A and our B into like this equation. So my slope is really this A value. So I'm just going to put 2 decimal places. So that would be 1.92. And then my B, almost forgot the X plus, and then my B, I'm just going to put 2 places. You usually don't want to round too much. Honestly, the more decimal places, the better, but 2 is plenty fine, I think. The correlation coefficient didn't pop up. Like, if you don't see your R value, that's what I was trying to help some people fix. So if you got your R value, you can maybe fast forward probably 20 seconds. But to get your R value to show up, if it didn't, press second 0, it'll say catalog. And you're going to scroll down. You're looking for D, diagnostic on is what you want. So go down until you see diagnostic on, not off, on. Make sure you do the on one. Press enter, and press enter one more time. And then if you press second enter a couple times, it'll get back that linear regression, or you could go back under the stat menu under calculation. Ooh. Well, that's not what just happened. Let me fix this. Sorry about that. Okay, we're back in business. Sorry about that. But we want number 4, and then just press enter. Oops, I did it like twice, so it got mad at me. But get that linear regression back up, and now once you redo, you don't have to put in your data again. But now you'll see like the R value. We don't care about R squared. That's something else. We won't really be touching that in this class. Look at the bottom, just the regular R. So our correlation coefficient is 0.97. I'm going to just round it up to 2 places. Oops, 8797. So that means it's very strong. Like, there is a very strong correlation. So like I said, usually you want to replicate or do more studies that show that, but with little doubt in me, I could say that the length of someone's femur is going to tell you about how tall they are, like within a good reason of doubt. It's not going to be always perfect. You might make a prediction and someone's slightly off, but it's going to give you a pretty good guess. It's not like you're going to be like, so since there's a strong correlation, like this is almost 1, that means this data set is very much connected to each other, very likely, maybe even causing each other. So then this next question, they want us to find a femur length of 58. So just pay attention. I believe for pretty much all the questions we'll be looking at, they're going to be an X value, but femur length is our X value. So we're going to use the equation we found, and we're going to plug it in for X. So we would really have Y equals 1.92. We're going to plug, instead of X, we're going to plug in that 58. And then plus RB was what, 80.68. And then we're just going to put this in our calculator. So I'm going to even just press the clear button just because I don't want all that junk. So we're going to put what's after the equal sign. So 1.92 parentheses 58 plus, I missed when I typed it down there, but that's 80.68. I don't think it's going to let me fix it. I'll just put like a little dot. Sorry, I missed my decimal dot. But so our final answer would be approximately 100. So my final answer for this one, it would be about 192.04 centimeters would be the height of that person with a femur of 58. Like I said, I mean, would that be exactly how it would work in the real world? Probably not, but it would probably give you a good idea. Like, we found the skeleton with a femur of 58 centimeters. Like, that's probably about how tall the person was. So same idea is you try this second problem. I'm not going to go through this one, but when you put in your data, like the weight's going to be your X values. The miles per gallon would be your Y values. So you'll put that in like under those lists. You'll get your regression equation. You'll put your R value. C is a little bit of a trickier question. They're kind of asking you if it relates to your data. I'll maybe mention that tomorrow in class. But I hope this helps. I'm sorry it was kind of a disaster today with the technology, and it's just been frustrating because I really am trying, and I feel like sometimes I'm letting you guys down when it comes to class. So I'll keep trying my best, but please keep asking questions, and I hope it's been going okay with this new stuff in the calculators.